Remember that boxy guy we did business with? Yeah, well, he stole our money, and you didn't go get it back by any means necessary.
Do you think you're alone?
Go. Go. I was dreaming again, you were there with me. We were on the beach, running in the sea. You pointed to a sign, but in dreams you can't read. And in that moment I snapped again. Something you see wakes you up from the dream. Wanna go back to sleep, but now you're up from the dream. Walk into the kitchen, pull the dishes from the sink, and you have changed in the blink of an eye. Pretty baby, innocently change the channel on the TV. Something to see wakes you up from the dream. Wanna go back to sleep, but now you're up from the dream. Walk into the kitchen, pull the dishes from the sink, and you have changed in the blink of an eye. Something you see wakes you up from the dream. Wanna go back to sleep, but now you're up from the dream. Walk into the kitchen, pull the dishes from the sink, and you have changed in the blink of an eye. I could always dream, could always leave, could always breathe, and still picture you there by my side. Could always slip out the front door on the way home, only to crawl in the bed next to you at the end of the night. Lying awake, or so it seemed, trying to figure out what was happening. Are we already up from the dream? Or do we need to wake up again? Something to see wakes you up from the dream. Wanna go back to sleep, but now you're up from the dream. Walk into the kitchen, pull the dishes from the sink, and you've changed in the blink of an eye.
I'm Mrs. Vassa, and I'm the photography teacher here at Passaic Valley High School. We have a full 12-station darkroom here. We're one of at least 40 high schools in the state that still has a darkroom. I think film and all analog processes are incredibly important because they are standalone art media. When digital came into three-dimensional art or two-dimensional art like drawing, it didn't replace the analog processes, and that's the same with photography. When we work in the darkroom, it teaches you to slow down, pay closer attention to the details, appreciate your surroundings more when you're shooting. I read a lot about photography, and there are a number of professional photographers out there who have dumped analog for digital in the past and are actually returning to film. Film analog processes, they better inform what you're doing as a photographer. Even if it's just a hobby, there's a totally different aesthetic to film versus digital. And the students really enjoy the newness of it. You know, it's interesting. There are students who are really good in some media, and the camera, the film process doesn't click with them. And so the flip of that is there are some kids who think they have zero talent in any other art media, and they really excel in the darkroom. It's also a really calming place, and I think kids enjoy coming here to work in the darkroom because it's relaxing. It can be stressful when things aren't working out. And stations 7, 8, 9, and 10 are for crying when things don't work out. But eventually, because I don't let you give up, when it works out, you feel really successful. It is a legitimate art medium in itself. So I think getting rid of any art medium in a school is a mistake because each different art medium has its own benefits. We don't have the same benefits as digital. We don't have the same benefits as sculpture or drawing or painting. It's a standalone art medium. Benefits, it really teaches you to just pay closer attention to the details and to not rely on a delete button. You have to be more conscious of what you're doing when you're shooting film because you will not see the end result until you're away from that setting, you're back here in the darkroom, and you're developing your film. So you really have to pay closer attention to your surroundings and slow down a bit. There's a lot more variety in analog. And with analog, if something's going wrong, generally I can usually fix it. I don't have to worry about a slow network. I don't have to worry about a program loading slowly because we know Photoshop takes a while to load. Basically, there's a lot of DIY that I like to it, but there's a lot of stuff where if there's a problem, there's a really easy workaround. And I like that problem solving that doesn't exist in digital. When it comes to art show, because we're a mixed class, we get all types of kids. Seeing teachers and classmates seeing what their classmates or students did and seeing that they had that ability and talent is really nice. I think there are some surprises.
Ashley, are you even studying? You got a 63.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video here. We are now finishing up the painting of Grayshaw Arch. I have Grayshaw Arch in the background.
Alright guys, get ready. Club's in session, and I hope you all have came back with an idea for your next project. Ashley. Sophia, you're up.
What if we did a story on the school lunch?
What about a story on the new principal?
I'm gonna interview Greg the Artistic Puppet.
Really? And how are you going to get that interview done?
I'll get it done somehow, I promise.
Alright, but I'd like to see it. And if you pull this off, you might be able to be my new assistant editor.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is day 7 of painting Riftstone Arch. Right now we have Riftstone Arch and let's get into it. Hey guys, don't forget to come to the meet and greet at VideoCon. Come meet Greg the Artistic Puppet.
Hey, how are you? Hi.
Hello, Son. Do you mind if I have a quick interview with Greg? It'll be quick, I promise.
Sorry, ma'am. The event is over. This was the end of the line.
It'll only take a second, please. I have all the questions ready.
I have somewhere to be.
I have all the questions ready.
I said no!
Oh my god.
You shouldn't have done that.
Help, I need police at Central Park. I've been attacked.
No! What have you done? Hands where I can see them.
My name is Ashley Moore, coming to you live from Central Park, where moments ago, Hassan Williams was taken into custody for the attempted murder of her family. Today I'm going to be presenting you my side of the story and how I survived Hassan. This is what you didn't know about Greg, the Artistic Puppet.
I know who I'm going to prom with. Me too. Everyone's getting proposed to. I need help asking out my date. I'm so sick of watching everyone else. Just go to my house. We'll make some ideas there. Sounds good.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Guys, I think I'm gonna ask my crush to prom this year, but I don't know how.
I'm gonna ask mine too. We can all figure it out together. Well, if you guys are going to, I might as well.
Yeah. Eva, you should get him a box of chocolates. That's a good idea. Zoe, how are you gonna ask him? Aren't you good at art? Just make a poster.
Yeah, I'll do that. Guys, I think I'm gonna ask my crush out to prom too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me too. I just don't know when and where.
You guys should do it to your whole 8th period.
That's a little specific.
Yeah. I think it'll be a great time.
Okay. Hey, Jamon! Jamon, want to go to prom with me? Hi, Jamon! I got you these chocolates. Do you want to go to prom?
I hate chocolate.
I got you this poster.
And I hate the color blue. Plus, I already have a date.
Guys, aren't you so excited to go to prom with Javon?
Oh my god, how could you? But I thought you loved chocolate. Your favorite color is blue. Whatever.
Ready? Run in. Don't forget today, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock your poems are due tonight. So listen, 10 o'clock tonight, your poems are due. Unless, of course, anyone wants to go a day early. Anyone? Anyone? Okay. Bree, come on up. Got it.
The poem I wrote is called Empty Fields.
So Bree, tell me what after-school events are going on that you can tell me about. Bree. What are you smiling about?
It's nothing, Mom. I'm just talking to a friend.
All right, whatever you say. Hey, you better go.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Hello?
Bree, where you at?
Oh yeah, I'm just coming around the corner. I see you.
Bree!
Ice!
You wanna go get food?
Yeah, let's do it. Yo, Ice, that's the girl I've been talking to.
Just go up to her.
I don't know.
Just go!
Oh my god, Harper, hey!
Bree!
She is her. As I walk past her view, my flushed face lightens. As it did that cold, brisk night, I laid eyes on her. Over the loud, noisy crowds, only one thought crossed my mind. Oh, where was she? My voice echoed over the surrounding noise, repeatedly calling her name. Everyone else disappeared. Nothing else mattered. There she was in all her beauty, beauty that shone brighter than any star, her eyes locking into mine. I felt feelings I couldn't describe. My smile warmed as I felt the rhythm of my heartbeat. I became surrounded by thoughts of her. Maybe it's the way she parts her hair, or that hair flip she'll always do. Her soft brown eyes glisten in the beaming bright light cast upon her. The contagious laughter echoes as a smile appears upon my face. I cannot help but stare, from the endless ongoing conversations to the comforting silence. I'm home.
Oh my god, let's go on that one. That one looks so cool.
Okay, I'll do it if you do it.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Let's just leave.
You want to leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out and proud, I'll wear my pride proudly. She swept me away, off my feet and touched my heart. Hours felt like minutes, minutes felt like seconds. Our happiness was like butterflies, flying freely, scattered in fields of comfort and calmness. All I knew was I had you, and you had me. Hands through my hair, you'd tell me it's alright, until they'd see us. All eyes in our direction. Feeling your touch leave my side, you'll slip away. To you, I never existed. But as eyes turn away, you'll be mine. Once out and proud, now buried where I used to belong. Hoping one day you'll see, the looks become no bother. The constant judgment is just jealousy. But for now, you'll never know.
Harper, I'm gonna have to call you back. Are you just gonna keep ignoring me after what happened the other day? After everything I did for you? After everything I put myself through for you?
Look, like, don't you understand? Like, how stupid could you be? Honestly, I never liked you. I used you. Like, take a hint.
Bree, what's going on?
It feels like I don't even know you anymore.
Bree, talk to me.
You're not you anymore.
You're different now.
You changed. You pushed everyone away.
Bree, talk to me.
Can you not see that you're losing yourself?
You used to be so nice. What happened?
Snap out of it.
Empty fields, I'll run through them free. An unfulfilled part of my heart, dancing to the thought. A thought that maybe someday you'll come back. Fix the heart that ran these fields with you. You live in the past, embedded as a moment in time. Someday, these fields will flourish with love. Love that grows through roots of a new life. A life of a new soul. A soul who grabs the shattered heart and ties it back together. I'll be lifted with an understanding of new beginnings. Beginnings that you'll never know. You lie in my memories, a tragic ending afar. These fields remain empty, yet someday, these fields will be full. Freed from the judgment and disgust that you consumed my thoughts of, leaving nothing but dancing sunlight cast upon two shadows. Shadows whom will dance in the fields freely together.
We had a person in the parish that had moved from Delaware back to New Jersey, and she had been a kitchen manager at a similar place where they make dog bones and employ people with special needs. So when she brought it to me, I thought it was a great idea, and so did the priest. And so we began last April with an advisory board and people that were interested in helping us. And that's how we got started. And today is actually the first time we're selling our dog bones. We're launching our program today. I already got a notice about next year, and we'll be here again next year with our bakers. We employ them to bake and package the dog bones, and we also teach them how to use a mixer, how to use a sheeter, and how to measure. They're also measuring all the ingredients every day so that they're learning a lot of new skills. It is our first time at Paws in the Park, and my thoughts about this program is it's wonderful, and we've done very well selling our dog bones. And today we have peanut butter and sweet potato flavor.
We bake and you have to make it touch perfect shape, and then we pack it up and then put it in.
Don't they know vaping causes headaches, shortness of breath, organ damage, and I can go on. I'm not gonna feed into peer pressure. I'll just go back to class and focus on my future. The choice is yours. Rise above.
Aló, David, ¿qué pasó, hermano? ¿Cómo está mi chef internacional favorito en el mundo?
¿Vendrás?
Claro que sí, hermano, pero llegaré un poquito tarde. No me imaginaba que la cabaña estaba tan adentro en el bosque.
Perfecto. Pero date prisa porque estamos todos esperándote.
Está bien, ahí estoy de camino.
Adiós.
Bye. ¡Hey! ¡Chico, ya llegué!
Marco, qué alegría verte. Te extrañé mucho.
Sí, lo sé, causa esa reacción. Me encantan tus nuevas pinturas, Kelly. Lo vi en tu Instagram. Siempre creando arte. ¡Hey, Ale! ¿Cómo estás, bro?
¿Y tú, modesto como siempre? Ah, veo que sigues con las pesas.
Sofi, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo está tu bebé?
Ay, ya conoces a Ezequiel, tremendo como siempre. Mira, me ensució los pantalones.
Wow.
Me tuve que devolver hacia atrás a la casa, volverme a cambiar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bienvenidos, queridos amigos.
David, hermano, hasta que por fin sales.
Marco, tú sabes cómo es eso, Marco. Todo tiene que estar perfecto para la presentación de los platos.
¿Con qué plato crees que nos vaya a salir David esta vez?
Te podemos oír, Kelly.
Cállate, Alex. Mi David, el mejor chef escondido de toda Europa y Latinoamérica. Espero que esta receta que has estado buscando por meses y preparando nos deje a todos sin palabras.
Eso espero, Kelly.
Les presento espárragos al diablo.
Esa es tu culpa, esa es tu culpa. Hemos venido hasta acá por simplemente espárragos.
Alex, ¿qué te pasa? Son a la diabla. No seas grosero, no minimices el plato sin antes haberlo probado.
Quisiera comer esto todos los días de mi vida. Estaba esperando el vinito. Está muy bueno.
Está muy bueno.
Esta vez le salió bueno, ¿ah? Vamos, David, que venga el segundo plato, que lo esperamos con ansias. Pero que sea algo rico y diferente, porque si lo mismo de siempre, mejor que no traiga nada, ¿no?
Lárgate de mi cabaña.
Oye, David, estoy bromeando. Tranquilo.
Ya,
cálmese.
¿Okay?
Y aparte yo lo hago para motivarte y no tengas otro fracaso más en tu vida.
¡Lárgate ahora! ¿No me escuchaste? ¡Que te largues ahora!
¿Qué te crees, maldito? ¡No vuelvas a tocarme! ¡No vuelvas a tocarme nunca más! ¿Quién te crees, maldito enfermo? ¡Ah! ¡Perdedor! ¡Tu comida de basura! Nadie va a tocar tu basura! ¡Porque es una basura tu comida! ¡No me vuelves a escribir! ¡No me toques! ¡No me toques! ¡Yo me largo! ¡Maldito enfermo! ¡Eso es lo que eres! ¡Eres un enfermo! ¡Yo me largo!
Pido disculpas por lo que acaba de pasar. Pero por favor, continuemos. Es un honor tenerlos aquí. A continuación, les presentaré el siguiente plato de esta cena. Aquel que con mucho orgullo y pasión llegaré a ser el mejor chef del mundo en mi siguiente viaje a Europa. Así es. Este platillo fue creado en un momento trágico y angustioso en mi vida. Fue necesario ir más allá de lo establecido y superar lo prohibido. Y fue mi afán por querer mejorar este plato para el concurso. Yo sé que mi mente huele más allá como mi profesión de cocinero. Ruego, por favor, que lo disfruten. Gracias.
Gracias. Chicos, esto huele riquísimo. ¿Sabes que no puedo identificar qué tipo de corte es? Pero vamos a esperar que esté bueno. Sí, tendremos que descubrirlo comiéndolo. Bueno, ¿qué estamos esperando? Que tengo hambre, ya no quiero esperar más.
Un momento, querida Kelly. Antes de comenzar, quisiera hacer un brindis. Porque el futuro será maravilloso.
Mi copa está sucia.
Kelly, yo te lo cambio, yo no tengo problema. Ok.
Salud. Salud por el cocinero tan talentoso que tenemos.
Wow, David, no sé qué fue lo que le pusiste a esto, pero este plato está exquisito.
¿Esta carne es de cerdo?
No.
Dios, ¿de qué será? Sabe como a pozole, pero es diferente.
¿El plato típico mexicano?
Sí, ese que se hace con carne de cerdo y verduras. ¿Y qué es?
2 horas después, mi querida Kelly.
Mi cabeza me duele. ¿Qué me está pasando? ¿Qué me pasa? ¿Qué le pasa a la chica?
Veo que has cambiado la copa con mi querida Kelly, ¿no?
¿Pero qué estás diciendo, David? ¿Qué le pasa a las chicas? ¿Por qué no pueden moverse? ¿Qué les pasa? ¿Yo? ¿Por qué no puedo moverme? ¿Qué me estás haciendo? ¿Qué le has hecho a las chicas? ¿Estás vuelto loco o qué? ¿Nos has drogado o qué? ¿Qué nos está pasando? ¿Qué pasa?
Déjame decirte que esta será la última copa que probarás hoy.
Por favor, ayúdame.
¡Cállate!
¿La tienes?
En el plan es... Hoy hagamos a Marco.
¿Qué? ¿Y ahora qué hacemos con estas?
Quémalas. Bótalas. No las quiero.
Felicidades, Marco. Tu carne será conmigo a Europa.
¿Crees que valdrá la pena todo esto?
Confía en mí. No valdrá. Lo que daría por un café cubano ahora mismo.
So delicious. You would think you're in Havana, Papi. How's mommy?
Happy, but busy. Heaven is a busy place.
Busy. Busy doing what?
That I cannot tell you. You have to find out on your own.
What kind of Pulitzer Prize-winning answer is that?
Well, under the circumstances, the appropriate one. How long have you them?
15 years. After the funeral, no one wanted to clean out your office. The family is too emotional. So, I volunteered.
Why do you keep him for so long?
Sentimental reasons.
Oh, how so?
These awards are the only memories I have of you.
Surely, you must have other memories.
You were already a successful journalist when I was born. Always busy covering some major news event somewhere. You were never really around much.
Era un mundo diferente, especialmente para un inmigrante que tenía 5 bocas que alimentar y también hablaba poco inglés. Tenías que atacar el trabajo, si es que lo querías.
You're not upset I'm getting rid of them? They're your legacy.
Lalo, fui uno de los periodistas más respetados de Cuba. La gente citaba de mis artículos. Mi trabajo trajo conciencia y comprensión a la comunidad. Luego Castro cerró los periódicos. Perdí el único trabajo que sabía hacer bien. Nuestra familia no tenía dinero y fuimos emigrados a esta gran nación sin un centavo. Encontré trabajo en un periódico local y seguí haciendo lo que siempre hice bien. Y todo lo hice por nuestra familia. Mi familia es mi verdadero legado.
And the awards?
They are currently buried in your garage, serving no purpose in this world. However, mi familia has continued to grow and prosper.
Hello?
Good morning. Is this Luis Rodriguez?
Yes?
Hello, Mr. Rodriguez. My name is Jessica Waters, and I'm calling on behalf of the Great Falls Historical Society of Patterson. This is in regards to an exhibition we're preparing to honor Patterson's most famous journalists. The principal subject of our exhibition is your father, Jose Rodriguez. Do you have a minute? Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, I have a minute.
The Society wishes to dedicate a gallery with all of your father's awards and achievements. I understand you still possess most of your father's awards.
Let me check. Can I call you back at this number?
Certainly, Mr. Rodriguez. I cannot tell you how excited we are to honor your late father's great legacy.
I'm honored too. Thanks again. I'll give you a call back soon. It's not fair. Had those awards for 15 years, not a week after I get rid of them. Some museums to showcase them. You're drinking café cubano?
I made a deal with an angel.
What kind of deal?
I cannot share those details.
What kind of Pulitzer Prize winning answer is that?
The kind that does not require an award. Salud, hijito.
Salud, papi.
Tried to keep you for a minute. Longer I've been waiting. Ain't no pushing me, go forward. Why won't you admit it? This indecision drives me crazy. I'll do most anything for you. Give reason for me, baby. Don't lie, just asking for the truth. For once, somebody care for something more than lust. Just trust. I'll get us out of here, no, it's don't make your mind, no complications. Been waiting for you, baby. Midnight hits, I'm losing patience. Your touch, that's all I'm thinking of. Late at night, I need you late at night. Tell me what's the reason you said bye. Do you need me, baby? I'm so blind. Call me in the morning, say I tried to. Curtains drawn, the stars coming out. Lights are off, and I'm by myself. You and I were meant to work out. Good night, it's time to clock out. Every single one I see can never compare. I try to tell you all these little things I'm talking to her. I'm so infuriated, sick and tired, it's crunching my hair. You got me pushing everything I see. I'm stuck in the trap. Late at night, I need you late at night. Tell me what's the reason you said bye. Do you need me, baby? I'm so blind. Call me in the morning, say I tried to.
Hey, dickhead. You can't leave me in there with those people. They're animals.
Sorry. Just had to get out of there.
That is not weed.
It's teeth. I found some in the kitchen. Mom hated when we smoked pot. Just didn't feel right today.
Well, that is why I made you these. This way will technically be eating the weed. Mom always encouraged us to eat.
I hate this.
No, I think it turned out all right.
It's a brownie. All of this. Where were all these people when Mom was sick? Where were they when we were sleeping on the floor next to her bed, taking turns driving her to chemo? Where were those people when Mom was alive? And here they are now to show fake concern and see if their name pops up in the will.
Would you have wanted their help, though?
Yes! No. I don't know. I just wish...
You wish Mom was still here.
Yeah.
You were always a mama's boy.
Robin?
Max? What? What do you want from me? I'm trying, okay? I don't have the magic words Mom would have to make you feel better. I take after Dad. I'm a lovable but sarcastic asshole. You get what you get. You know what? Fuck this.
Man, Mom loved looking at these trees. You know, in the winter when they were covered in snow, in the spring with the birds flying in and out.
Yeah, I know. I was here too.
Yeah, I know you were. And I get that you're feeling what I'm feeling. And I was too young when Dad died, and I know you had to go through all of this then too, but look, I don't know how you did it then, but I do know one thing.
What is it?
That you're a lot more like Mom than you think you are. Look, you don't have to say what Mom said. You do the things that Mom did. You planned the funeral, you ordered food so everybody can come back here, you got the house ready. Shit, you even ordered something for Michael's kid so he wouldn't be bored.
What was I supposed to do? You weren't gonna do it?
No, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, I know.
I just wish Mom was here. Like, she left us some recording of answers for questions that we didn't ask her, or like instructions on how to go on. But she did leave me something.
What?
You.
Well, no, that is so lame. You're so lame.
Mom always said, you two are gonna need each other when I'm gone.
It's a terrible mom impression.
Shut up. How is she always right?
I don't know. It's very annoying. How are things with Amanda and the kids?
Amanda's a saint, but Jesus Christ, the girls. Look, I love them. But sometimes I pretend to sit in the bathroom and take a shit for 15 minutes just so I can have some me time.
Do you remember when you were 13 and you got your tonsils taken out and Mom and I went and got you ice cream?
Oh, yeah. It took you guys like 3 hours. You 15-minute shit break
We
me?
had to. You were so annoying, like a whiny little baby.
I was not.
You were.
I was in pain. I was a kid.
You know, if it happened tomorrow, you would act exactly the same way. Question. Are you feeling these brownies? Because I don't think I put enough pot in them.
Oh, you put enough in, all right.
What do you mean?
Well, I heard you making them last night. So this morning when you were talking to everybody, I switched the pot ones with the regular ones. I just figured it would add life to today.
Max, the fuck? Uncle Joe ate those brownies. It's Michael's kid.
Yeah, and he hasn't been running around breaking shit, and Uncle Joe hasn't been a prick. Maybe you're not the only asshole left in this family.
If one thing is broken, Max, if one person is puking, you're gonna see Mom a lot sooner than you thought.
Remember when she would sing Lazy Mary so loud?
Think Mom would have been pissed?
100%. Yeah. She'd like this view, though. House full of people, everybody laughing.
Yeah, and eating.
The world stage is constantly shifting. Wars, celebrations, debates, and generation-altering events are happening every day in every continent. So many that it's difficult, if not impossible, to keep up to date with them all. Europe is undoubtedly one of the largest players in world politics and relations. Decisions made by the European Union influence international trade, policies, and alliances, not just within the continent, but all over the world. In recent times, the most significant event to come out of Europe is undoubtedly the outbreak of war in the East, which has made headlines for the past 2 years. To understand why this means so much to so many people, we need to take a look back to history that defined the 21st century more than 30 years ago. The countries of Russia, Ukraine, Armenia, Georgia, Estonia, and many more were once known under one name, the Soviet Union, or the USSR. All throughout the mid and late 1900s, the Soviets rivaled the West in the race to become the world's superpower. Soviet communists spread their ideology everywhere they could, forming a sphere of influence as far west as Germany, and into vast swaths of Asia. However, in 1991, due to a series of political mishaps and cracks in authority, the USSR shattered, leaving bits of its past in pieces, no longer under communist control. Today, many of these countries have taken a more Western approach, building themselves up and prospering in the 21st century. But still, the lingering effects of Soviet times are still seen in their culture to this day, with communism being a touchy subject in the Baltic states and Central Europe.
Latvia's largest Soviet memorial has been destroyed on the orders of the National Parliament. A concrete obelisk rising nearly 80 meters into the sky formed the centerpiece of the monument.
Historic Russian and Soviet monuments are being removed from public view. This was among the first, a replica tank commemorating Soviet soldiers killed during World War II.
On the other hand, after the split, Russia took a different direction. More hesitant in dabbling in Western ideals, Russia kept more to itself, hoping to revive the spirit it once had. Vladimir Putin, a former agent of the KGB, has held power in Russia in some way or another for more than 20 years. During this time, Russia was involved in several territorial disputes, including the Chechen War, occupation of Georgia, and the annexing of Crimea. In 2005, during a speech, Putin is quoted with saying that the collapse of the USSR was the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the century, clearly revealing his opinion on separatist movements taking place in the former USSR. Putin's leadership in Russia has been marked by a resurgence of its influence and willingness to assert itself on the global stage, raising concerns in European and world politics. One of the key events that alarmed the international community was the annexation of Crimea in 2014. This move was seen as a violation of Ukraine's sovereignty and international law. Russia's involvement in the conflict in eastern Ukraine, particularly Donetsk and Luhansk, escalated tensions.
It was imminent. Vladimir Putin has just addressed the Russian people moments ago, announcing what Putin called the start of a military special operation, in his words, to demilitarize Ukraine.
Ukraine woke to explosions around the capital, Kiev. These pictures from Kharkiv in the east. Enormous blasts also in the city of Dnipro.
Surrounding the borders in the north, the east, and the south.
Russia appeared to be targeting essential infrastructure. Helicopter gunships hovering above a power plant. Russian armored personnel carriers and other military vehicles crossed the border from Belarus into Ukraine as President Putin's forces attempted to take control.
The ongoing conflict has resulted in significant loss of life and displacement of civilians. Beyond Ukraine, Russia has also been accused of interference in the domestic politics of European countries. Allegations of election meddling and disinformation campaigns have strained Russia's relations with the Western nations and raised questions about the integrity of democratic processes in Europe. Another part of its influence in the continent is its control over energy resources. Russia is a major supplier of natural gas to many European countries. Its state-owned company Gazprom holds a significant share of the European energy market. This dependence on Russian energy has raised concerns about the vulnerability of European countries to Russia's political pressure. Russia has used its energy resources as a tool for political leverage, cutting off gas supplies to Ukraine and other Eastern European countries in the past.
That Russia has total control over. They could cut supply via this link through Ukraine.
It's an act of economic aggression that could be as consequential as it was inevitable.
Now, I think one of the key aspects to look at is what are policymakers in the European Union going to do on Friday when they discuss ways to curb power prices and fuel prices for consumers in the bloc.
These actions have underscored the need for European nations to diversify their energy sources to reduce dependence on Russia. Developing strained relations between the West has led to a geopolitical competition reminiscent of the Cold War. Its alignment with countries like China and its growing influence in the Middle East have shifted the global balance of power. This has led to concerns about the formation of alliances that may challenge the existing international order. In conclusion, Russia's actions and policies in Europe have made it a significant player in world geopolitics. Its assertiveness, annexation of Crimea, energy control, and influence in neighboring countries have raised concerns about the stability and security of Europe and the broader international system. As we navigate through the complex landscape of world politics, understanding the role of Russia in European and global geopolitics is essential. The challenges and tensions it presents will continue to shape the course of international relations for years to come.
Usher1F is a recessive genetic disease that causes profound hearing loss. Young people, young children, to first be born without their hearing, which can be solved with ocular implants, and ultimately leads to retinitis pigmentosa.
Which means that they're going to gradually lose their vision and they have vestibular issues.
You also have balance issue, like you can't ride a bike or ice skating, and also affecting your vision, and you start to lose your vision over the year. You start with a tunnel vision, it's getting smaller and smaller over the years.
The mission of Usher1F that has been since day one is always about funding the most critical research that we can find and collaborate with different researchers around the world or in the US to provide the best route for every dollar that's raised to find the cure for blindness.
Fund research
to find a cure.
Have a cure.
For a cure to stop the progression of the blindness.
Either to stop or restore the vision.
And she's showing that all the funds that we have way directly fund the research, and the research are just to show how far we've come and how much more work we have to do.
It's a rare disease, so getting the pharmaceutical industry to pay attention to it can be an uphill battle.
We are trying to raise $10 million to take our leading genetic therapy from a laboratory to patients that need it in the clinic and put it in the hands of ophthalmologists who can treat individuals with Usher syndrome type 1F and prevent them from losing their vision.
We want to raise the awareness about Usher 1F and how challenged, difficult about the disease. It's very hard to live as being deaf and blind. Therefore, we want people to donate, to be part of it, of amazing mission over here, so we could get a cure. If people don't know about this, why would they donate it? Why do they want to be part of it? So that's why we want to bring people attention about it.
Yeah, so the organization has been around for 10 years, but we're celebrating 10 years and raising $10 million, which has allowed the organization to fund cutting-edge research, and we're getting very close to finding a treatment. Now it's all about raising more money and more awareness, ultimately the next $10 million, so that so many of the kids that are affected by this can perhaps one day get their vision and hearing back. But what this organization has done with the families who have kids who are suffering from this cruel disease have done has been to band together, to raise money, raise awareness, and we're getting really close to a solution. And wouldn't it be cool if we could help at least one kid save their vision and hearing? And that's what we're all about.
All of our friends and family and supporters have done so much for us. I was proud to be able to show what we've done with all the money and time and dedication that everyone's put into the Usher 1F Collaborative, and to show how far we've come since Zachary has been diagnosed.
Being that we were able to have all of the board members at one event was great. We've never had that before. We had a special entertainer that actually had gene therapy to actually cure his blindness, and just amazing speakers. We had 2 other speakers that have Usher syndrome 1F, and how important it is to actually find a cure for every kid and adult that has Usher syndrome.
This Usher 1F, people get confused what is blind and legal blind. The difference is blind means completely blind, like you're born blind. This is over the time you lose your vision, and you start off, you see everything, but as you get older, you start losing it because you're so used to the certain way of a life, and it slowly takes away of your living life. For example, my children, I have 2 children, and I would like to see them to grow. I know what their face looks like now, but I don't know about the future. Am I going to see them?
Without a cure, blindness is inevitable, but we are so hopeful that our leading genetic therapy can make a difference. We are so excited about moving it into the clinic and hopefully preventing vision loss and potentially restoring vision.
I'm gonna cry. He is my heart, the best little boy, and I want you to know that I will stop at nothing until I know that his future is bright and he's not gonna lose his vision, because that boy loves art, he loves being creative, he loves seeing things, he wants to travel. He asked me one about driving a car. I just want him to have the life that everyone wants for their children.
So obviously Zachary is an amazing kid, just like any other kid that's out there suffering from Usher syndrome 1F. What most people don't realize is all the struggles that go into as their daily routine. Going to school, reading a paper, writing, being on just outside is difficult in many ways in terms of their balance, their vision, their hearing. So a lot of parents and or kids don't realize how tough it is on kids and or adults. The concept tonight was to actually give more information about Usher syndrome that people don't know about it. It's kind of one of those invisible syndromes where you can look at somebody and not realize that they are losing their vision, and that don't realize that they're suffering, and just see them as a normal kid. Zachary is a normal kid, and so is everybody else, but they're dealing with a lot of different issues that are not in people's faces unless you ask them a question. So our hope and goal is obviously that we cure any sort of blindness or stop any progressive vision loss for all adults.
I just want people to know we're all born with 5 senses. And the fact that you get one, then take it away, no big deal. You learn how to overcome it. But when you have been born with a specific sense, meaning your vision, and to have it be gradually taken away from you, it's heartbreaking and it's hard because it's hard to know how to prepare or expect what the outcome will be. I just want people to understand that be grateful that you have all 5 senses or maybe 4. But to have no way of controlling the fact that you can't control when you might lose one of the senses because it's really up to biology. It's very hard to grasp how you can't control that because it's out of your control. So I want people to understand that while we're all here, we're all strong, we're getting through, we're rolling with the punches. But to be frank, I love seeing things. I love seeing the beauty in the world. And the fact that I already had to deal with learning how to hear and understand people, to take away my ability to hear, it's already taking away another, it's adding a barrier to communication with people. Yeah, my sense of taste, smell, and feel is a lot more heightened. A lot of my friends always make fun of me because if I'm, eating something, I'll say something tastes off, and I don't know that it's because something is expired.
Help us find a cure.
Help us find a cure. We need your help today.
Help the Usher 1F Collaborative find a cure or treatment for blindness.
We need to raise $10 million to move our gene therapy out of the laboratory and into the clinic.
You can visit www.usher1f.org and go online and click donate and help us fund the research that is in store at the moment.
And learn about our foundation. If you can donate, please donate. If you can't donate, please share our story, our link, and help us make sure that Zachary's future is bright.
Where are you from? This is a question everyone gets, and it's pretty straightforward. Where do you live? Where were you born? What's your ethnicity? There's a bunch of answers for this icebreaker question. But for me, it's different.
Being from New York, I enjoy the food.
New York is very accessible. There's buses, trains.
No matter which direction you go, you can always find, whether it be West Indian food, the deli, get a hero sandwich. A lot of different cultures come together to make excellent tasting food.
I appreciate the diversity, how nobody is the same there. Everybody has a different story. Everybody has something different about them.
But particularly, I love living in Brooklyn. It's the best borough. It's cultured. New York is New York. It's like a melting pot. It's the best city in the United States, in my opinion.
I was born in Brooklyn, New York in 2007 and lived there until August of 2019. Being from New York is a very important part of my identity, as the people and the culture raised me and made me who I am today. Most of my family and I lived in Ebbets Field, the baseball field turned apartment complex that Jackie Robinson played on for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Before my great-grandma ran away to Brooklyn, New York, she lived in soulful Virginia with the rest of my family. Some of them lived in North Carolina as well.
So our family, well, my grandmother and my grandfather, they were born and raised in Virginia. And then my grandmother, when she turned 18, she knew she wanted to come to New York City. So they came up to New York. And then you have family members that came to New York and then went back down to North Carolina. Like they lived there. And then they just started their families from there. But I would say the majority of our family is from Virginia.
My family is African American, which makes up about 13.6% of my country's population, according to the U.S. Census. African Americans are the descendants of African slaves brought over during the transatlantic slave trade. They were robbed of their culture and fed a new one, but also created one of their own from their experiences and what they had. And that's why it's so meaningful to so many people like me.
We always survive, no matter what obstacle is thrown our ways. We continue to push forward.
African American culture, we're very diverse, we're very unique.
We're relentless, we're leaders, we're thought-provoking.
Okay, so my grandmother's mother, I knew her. You know, I would go down to Virginia and we would see her when I was younger, but anybody before her I didn't know. Now my grandfather's side, we were a little closer to his side of the family. So I knew his parents and I knew of his parents' parents. I knew of them, but I didn't know them. But it was more talked about about my grandfather's family than my grandmother's family. But I don't know anything about them. Like I couldn't tell you really anything. I did do ancestry, and I did come across people that from earlier generations, but I don't know anything about them.
Attempting to trace my family lineage for this documentary was a challenge since there's not a lot of information in the database I've searched, and a lot of my older family are estranged or passed away. I, however, was able to find an unknown sibling on my dad's side. Still, I was unable to trace anyone further than my great-grandmother, which is a goal me and my mom have tried to reach for the past year. Documenting things like people's ancestry and history has proved to be so important, and that's why we have the textbooks and the memorabilia that we have today. It is so easy for history to become erased and forgotten if not properly cared for. And it hurts entire groups of people like us when others have no real choice but to remain ignorant on who we are and where we come from. African American culture is all around us, and it is ingrained into countless aspects of everyone's lives, especially with the rise of pop culture. Yet the people who indulge in these cultures have no idea of everything that is lost.
I think what I appreciate the most about our culture is how colorful it is, how we make everything a little bit, better. I feel like we make things funnier. We make things more colorful. We have a deep love for our culture, and it comes through in everything. The way we dress, the way we do our hair, the jokes we tell. I just think that we just put an extra sauce on everything that we do.
I know I stand in line until you think you have the time to spend an evening with me. And if we go someplace to dance, I know that there's a chance you won't be leaving with me. Then afterwards we drop into a quiet little place and have a drink or two. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I can see it in your eyes that you despise the same old lies you heard the night before. And though it's just a line to you, for me it's true and never seemed so right before. I practice every day to find some clever lines to say to make the meaning come through. But then I think I'll wait until the evening gets late and I'm alone with you. The time is right, your perfume fills my head, the stars get red and oh the night's so blue. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. The time is right, your perfume fills my head, the stars get red and oh the night's so blue. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Come on, Harry, we want to say goodnight to you.
Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? Nothing to say when everything gets in the way. Seems you cannot be replaced, and I'm the one who'll stay. Oh, in this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was, as it was. You know it's not the same. Answer the phone, Harry, you're no good alone. Why are you sitting at home on the floor? What kind of pills are you on? Ringing the bell, and nobody's coming to help. Your daddy lives by himself. He just wants to know that you're well. In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. You know it's not the same. Get headlines, feed internet. I don't wanna talk about the way that it was. Leave America, 2 kids, father war. I don't wanna talk about us doing it for. As it was. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was. Can't take things slowly. Come and go away, that's what they all do. Help me, 'cause I'm feeling shaky. Tell me what's wrong with my brain, 'cause I seem to have lost it. 'Cause I am afraid of the light, and you know what I mean. And I can't sleep all that night, and you know what I mean. Lonely, that's not quite my problem. I'll have I lost it. I've tried so hard to be happy, but something goes wrong once again. Please come and save me. Tell me what's wrong with my brain, 'cause I seem to have lost it. 'Cause I'm afraid of the light, and you know what I mean. And I can't sleep all that night, and you know what I mean. 'Cause I am afraid of the light, and you know what I mean. 'Cause I can't sleep all that night, and you know what I mean.
My name is Dee, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. Skating is liberating, skating is fun, and skating is therapeutic.
My name is Brian Sweeney. I am from used to live right outside of Boston in Massachusetts. How long did it take for me to get to an advanced skater from a beginner? It was really, the transition is when you get your own skates. You are at the mercy of rental skates, and then that day that you get those skates of your own, it opens up all the doors to your advancement.
My name is Crystal Lewis, and I am from Richmond, Virginia. So I have been skating for about 3.5 years, and in my time in the skate community, I have developed a name for myself, as far as hosting and putting things together, and I will call myself a vibe curator.
I chose skating as a hobby because it's nothing that brings me as much joy as skating does. It's nothing that brings me as much fun and relaxation as it does is being in the rink. In the rink, I found friends that became family. I found love in the skate rink. I got my heart broke in the skating rink, so it's no place like the skating rink, and it's nothing that brings me the type of feeling that skating does.
One of the biggest things I like about skating is that you run into people from everywhere. Dee here is from LA, and the only reason why I talked to her is because she did this crazy LA move that I had never seen before. And it's like, hey girl, what was that?
Yeah, and I think outside of skating, if it weren't for skating, I don't know if we would have ever met and really became close friends. And skating provides that avenue, right?
It certainly does.
To meet people from different walks of life, from different parts of the world, to come together and start off as skate friends and end up as family.
Left coast, right coast, met in the middle.
Right, right.
So there has been a huge growth in the interest in skating in the Richmond community. And with that being said, there is a lack of workshops and things that are available for people to learn how to skate properly. So what I did was I partnered with the gentleman who taught me how to skate, along with a friend of mine's, and created this workshop to be able to provide a space for people to skate, no judgment, safe, and be able to be free to learn and give them an environment that is conducive to learning, as well as creating the necessary vibes to help them with their skate journey.
So the primary reason was girls. You know, that's where they were, that's where you had to go.
The reason why we do what we do is because we get the fulfillment of being able to see someone reach their goals. I've seen people come in here and they come consistently for weeks at a time, and you can gradually see their improvement. And it's again so fulfilling to see someone who perhaps couldn't even stand up straight the first time they can, and now they can skate backwards by the 4th week. But again, it takes that dedication and hard work in order for them to be able to accomplish that, and that's why we're here to support.
My name is Doy William, age 75, and I'm from Virginia originally, and then we moved up here to New Jersey in '64.
In Yarborough, I'm from Cinnamon Ridges, Long Island, New York, and I'm 77 years old. And I joined the Air Force in 1965.
Randy Brown, I'm 49 years old, soon to be 50, and I'm from Paterson, New Jersey. I'm currently a Command Sergeant Major, United States Army.
I was stationed in what they call the A Shaw Valley in Vietnam. And it simply was a valley with a mountain on both sides of us. You know, as far as the eye could see was nothing but valley, you know. I liked it because it was, I mean, even though it was a war zone, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, you know.
Participated in, a few conflicts. I went to Iraq 3 times, each time a year. So I have 3 years that I spent in Iraq. I think most of us, the teammates, my generation have participated in some conflict in some way, shape, or form.
Well, when Vietnam, the most difficult thing is a couple of times that a lot of times the guys go out flying and they don't come back. And I had one guy that he was a friend of mine. He went out one day and never returned. That was his last day of flying. And when he went out, then they got shot down. And it took us like 3 days before we located their bodies and stuff like that, But I think that's the most difficult thing I ever had in the service, Yeah. You meet a lot of friends, and then you meet these friends, you get attached to them, And when you lose somebody like that, it kind of like bother you, So, and then one thing I did notice, it could have happened to me, on my last day. So things like that bother you.
And I ask not to be told what I have accomplished, what my gun has accomplished. And if I'm finding support for this young man here, I don't want him to tell me that I have done something successful and what it was, because it goes on your mind.
A year and a half. I was in Vietnam for a year and a half, and I was over there when they were doing that fighting, and actually, that was kind of scary too, because when I first landed there, I went there to fix the airplane at Tom Snoot, and it took us a week to fix it because they was fighting, and then we had to run and hide, and every once in a while they started shooting and stuff. Then you got to stop working on the airplane. Then you got to go somewhere and hide, and bullets were flying and everything. So that was kind of difficult.
You have to be able to get in a mode, whereas if I say for this young man to move, he doesn't ask me why, because that could mean his life. I see that he's in danger. I said, move. He automatically moved. He moved first and then asked me why. There were a lot of young men in Vietnam that I don't think it's because they were unruly or because they were disobedient. You're in a different culture, you're different climax, and sometimes action words just doesn't ring with you, But with me, I listen to every action word that I can. Someone said, "Dory, move," I move. "Dory, come in," I come in. "Dory, fire," without even looking where to fire, I fire.
Well, I'll tell you something you can't prepare for. Mentally, physically, the conditions are different than what we're used to. Iraq is extremely hot. It's a desert. And, mentally getting used to, being on alert, 7 days a week. That's something that is difficult to prepare for. So it's an adjustment. And a lot of our teammates, that's why the transition when they return, we have resources to help them, because it is a transition when you go from one another to like going from hot to cold. As you change environments, it's just something that it's required a period of adjustment. So for those that are, on the fence, I understand it's difficult from leaving a place of familiarity, going to a place of uncertainty, because you're going into the unknown. What I invite them to do is just to talk to someone that's made that jump. Because oftentimes they're not. That individual that made that jump is flying. They're actually soaring. So, do an assessment and ask them, I would ask them, hey, ask yourself, what do you truly want? And don't use an excuse. Often, you might have heard that excuses are monuments of nothing that build bridges to nowhere. Those that accomplishment seldom amount to anything except nothing at all.
Because now, war's over with, I would love to go back to the HR Valley just to see what my spot looks like, just to see what it looks like.
Yeah. So I joined the Army because I wanted to make a change in my life. And it's absolutely giving me that opportunity.
And Actually, joining the Air Force is the best thing ever happened to me, to tell you the truth, yeah.
Am I good?
Whenever you're ready.
No, I can still remember the first time I discovered film.
What's this?
Oh, that's a camera.
What's that?
You know, a camera. You make movies with it.
Oh. What's that?
Don't get me wrong, I love being an actor, but it's very tough, especially nowadays. You just never know what's going to happen. Why is there a cup here? Are we not professional?
Sorry.
Why the fuck is there a cup in my
Sorry.
shot? Thank you, Jesus Christ. Britt?
Right here.
Sure, you been. Can you? Oh, I'm glad to see you're good at something. Sure, I'm an asshole. Whatever all actors are. First day, blah blah. Car, got it. I've always been more of a script skimmer than a script reader. You know. Can we get the set in here, please? Thanks. Is the camera set up properly? Here, let me see. Zoom it a bit more. Perfect. My first day working on Wall Street. Today is going to be a great day. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of how that scene ends. Kind of feels like they just wanted to hit me with a car.
You all right?
Take a wild fucking guess if I'm alright, Dave. Dumbass. Alright, let's see this bad boy, shall we? It's not bad, is it? No, I don't think that's bad.
I don't think that's bad.
Oh, can we replay it again?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? Oh. Today sucked.
It's a cut.
It's been roughly 3 years since the Soviets launched Sputnik into the atmosphere, and at this rate they'll be on the moon by next week, conquer Jupiter by Thanksgiving, and rule over the cosmos by Hanukkah.
Uh-huh. And,
What's a Hanukkah?
They will rule over the cosmos like a week and a half before Christmas.
Like hell they will!
General love for violence, please. Robert?
Yeah?
No, not you, Bobby.
Yes?
No, not you, Robert.
Yes?
No, not... Mr. Meliez, please continue.
Yes, well, given the importance of landing on the moon first, I believe it should be our top priority to beat the Soviets to it.
This cabinet has come to the same conclusion on the matter, but they have had a 3-year head start already. How are we supposed to outpace them?
Please, take a look at the binder in front of you.
Would this really work?
There's only one way to find out, Mr. President.
What about the budget? I'll cover that. We'll just cut back on spending for the Bay of Pigs invasion.
Mr. President, sir, that won't be enough. And not one for this science mumbo-jumbo. These calculations look more like commie talk to me.
Flip the page.
Is that what I think it is?
Yes, General.
Wow. Why didn't you just say you wanted to build a cannon to shoot a guy to the moon? The military will be happy to fund the effort. The veterans can wait a little longer for compensation.
How long will you need?
About one montage.
How long will that be?
Depends on how much of Sonic Armada they want to play.
What's a Sonic Armada?
This.
Are you sure this contraption works?
100%.
How can you be so confident?
Well, wait, who are you?
President Johnson.
What about that Kennedy fellow? Wasn't he president?
You haven't heard?
Heard what? I don't really listen to the news. Wait, did... Oh my god. I can't believe they found out about the sex scandals.
What? No.
Makes sense. You can't just cheat on your wife and expect history to forget about it. I always knew this is how his presidency would end. Losing it all because of some back shots.
Robert, how are you sure that your invention will work?
Mr. President, my team and I have done numerous calculations, and we can guarantee that this machine will get a man on the moon.
It's a big-ass cannon. Whether or not it works, it looks cool.
Alright, we'll fire the machine next week. You're telling me you didn't account for a return trip?
Okay, that's a gross simplification of my fuck-up. I did not account for the return trip. I just thought a parachute would be enough. Big difference.
You're off the project. I'm gonna figure out how to fix this. General, look over it.
Even though you just sent one of our national heroes to what is quite possibly the most horrifying death in human history. You did it with pizzazz. I admire that.
Well, thank you, but I don't think the court system will be as understanding. I mean, I was just really banking on the guy getting the footage back. I mean, do you really need to get a person back from the moon if you have it on 35mm?
Yeah, well, I don't think you'd get that good of footage up there anyways. The lighting would be all off. I mean, the sun doesn't exactly provide three-point lighting, and let me just say the sound design would be abysmal.
You study film?
I dabbled in high school before I realized I like cannons better than I like cannons.
Do you have a spacesuit we could use?
Yeah, but why?
Because we're gonna fake the moon landing.
What?
The film is all that matters, and I have the equipment to make it look real. This is how we win.
So what exactly are you suggesting?
Well, we're gonna take
show you.
What about the budget?
Okay.
You're off the project. General? Wait, sorry.
Oh!
Take.
Divers ready for the water.
We are going to stay at 400 foot until we finish all the work. Roger.
Helen on the bottom. Stern, this is Helen. I found a chest box at the bottom of the oil rig. The visibility is so bad here, I'm unable to inspect it. Over.
Okay, take it with you then. We're holding depth. Start traveling back now.
Roger that, Stern.
Roger that, Helen. Go ahead and make your way back to the bell after you're done. What's going on, divers? Divers, make your way back to the chamber immediately. Helen? Is that you? What the heck is that? Hey, Helen, can you hear me? Hello? Is anyone there? What's this weird, rotting, burning smell? Do they store wild animals in the tanker? Where's it coming from?